everybody, and welcome to this video. Now this is going to be a very interesting and possibly heated topic, so please take into consideration, guys. This is just from my point of view, but first, hail to the Moors, the Moorish nationals of America. This is Moorish country. Wait, the fuck am I talking about? Am I fucking delusional? Fuck no, this isn't the Moorish Nationals of America, whatever the fuck they want to call it. This is fucking America. Get over yourselves. Now, I'll explain about this a little bit later, guys, but quite simply, this video is going to be about Sharon T Gail, or her Moorish name, which is, I believe, Sharon Gail Bey, or whatever in the fuck she thinks is probably somewhat one of the most delusional people on YouTube. Yeah, I'll just get into the video, guys. Hope you enjoy it.
I had a distress call this AM in regards to a couple of Moors that have been detained, and a couple of Moors that have make sure you a couple of Moors that have so-called evictions going on at the moment. Moors, the one thing that I have to honestly stress with you is that you have to get the grid done, regardless of what actions or activities that you might have, not necessarily activities, communications you might be wanting from. The reasons why the Moorish American Consulate grid is out there, all the supporting affidavits and procedures are out there, is so you don't have to wait in order to free yourself. Because Prophet Noble Jew Ali said, I gave you everything to free yourself, to free a nation, now go free yourself. He said that specifically because he wanted to let the Moors know that he gave you everything. And I'm going to piggyback off of that. We, as the Moorish American Consulate, as the Vizier Mohammedan judges of the actual government here at Morocco, the only standing government here at Morocco, with the authority to say the things that we say. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen movement when you're talking to a Moorish American national, and anybody's claiming that or making that association through their illegal and unlawful human trafficking practices will be leaned on the very mention of it. So anytime you hear any Albion or even Asiatic saying that you are a part of a so-called sovereign citizens movement, that is automatic notice of intent to lean. You're getting lean just for making the unlawful, incompetent and ignorant statement that you made, because no Moorish American national at Morocco is a sovereign citizen. We're sovereign, but we're not citizen. Islam. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow around 7 o'clock. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow around 7 o'clock. We are going to have a meeting tomorrow around 7 o'clock. I might make it at 6, not necessarily sure, in regards to Sharifian officer appointments. In regards to Sharifian officer appointments for the security, protection, and enforcement of our commands here at Morocco. What am I saying? Only Moorish American nationals can be Sharifian officers. Only subjects of all individuals claiming to be anything outside of a subject. You're an alien and you are foreign to this territory, and you better have your foreign citizenship paperwork to validate your status and standing. What am I saying? Everybody who is not a Moorish American national is assumed to be a federal agent of some foreign corporation, and we need to know what your foreign registration information is based on that act that was established that I posted earlier today. So anybody claiming to be a so-called judge is a human trafficker. Anybody claiming to be a social worker is a human trafficker. Anybody claiming any activity outside of the de jure principle, the de jure laws of the land, is a human trafficker. So we're going to stop calling them policy enforcers, human trafficker. We're going to stop calling them magistrates or administrators or even an assumed so-called judge of a so-called corporate state. They're human traffickers. We're going to stop letting you feel comfortable with the fact that you're trying to do business with or trying to speak in peace with a trafficker. When somebody pulls you over unlawfully with no authority, to say the least, to be pulling you over, he's trying to human traffic you, or she. So we got to call them what it are. Are you making attempts to traffic me, which is unlawful and illegal, and I am absolutely positively going to lean you for even attempting to think that I am ignorant of what's really going on here. You're a human trafficker, you're a gang, and you're all part of the same gang that has been disembarked. So think about it this way. Every so-called Albion that's falsely claiming to be a so-called American and a so-called white person, two of which are not any, that does not identify them in any way. The only classification that identifies them right now is an illegal alien. An illegal alien who immigrated here with no lawful status and standing because they dissolved it. They dissolved any lawful standing and status they had here at Morocco. They own nothing. They have no authority here at Morocco. When am I going to get that through your thick head? There's no such thing as a Supreme Court if it's not being headed by Moorish American nationals. If you have individuals claiming to be of any jurisdiction outside of our Moorish government, they are human traffickers. I don't know how plain I can say this, Moors. There is no head of that enterprise. The head has been cut off of that illegal, unlawful gang enterprise, terrorists on our soil, claiming to be anything outside of who they really are, which are human trafficker and gang members. If you read the research and if you read the history, you know exactly who I am talking about and what they absolutely are and what they absolutely are not. So when I say you are human trafficking, and we know that is exactly what you are doing, and the only thing that you are doing, there's no such thing as a contract. Nobody has willfully submitted to being a slave of anyone. So there's no so-called contract that's holding you to that. The only thing holding you to those to those presumed and illegal and unlawful authorities is your lack of competency and your lack of knowledge. There's no such thing as American citizen without more being attached, because the more is what attaches you to the land. Not American national. No one can be an American national who is not of a copper color complected or of the OGs of the world. And I'm going to say that. An American, by definition, is the copper-colored skinned individuals found here. But it's deeper than that. It ties you to the land. Your Moorish bloodline ties you to land. Nothing else ties you to the land. No native affiliations, no tribal affiliations tie you to the land. It's your Moorish nationality, your heritage that you get from your forefathers and your foremothers. All of which is one, the mother. So when I sit here and say these things, and when people come to me and say, oh, I corrected my status, if you don't have more Moorish American national in your status correction, you did nothing. You were playing in the sandbox like I tell you you're doing. You're playing in the sandbox, still trying to get something that you can't get outside of yourself. The first thing we have to claim is our Islam religion, is the study of self. to know who you are. That's what Islam is. I, self, law, and master. Islam is I, self, law, and master. It's the religion, the alignment of self-government. To govern is to govern your mental and to know who you are, and not identifying as to anything out there that is man-made. You are not man-made, baby. You come from the divine, straight from the source. That's why you're sovereign. You're sovereign Moorish American nationals because you were here before there was anybody else, before there was a here to speak of. You were here. Nobody else was here. Every other humanoid came after that. Every other humanoid came after that, and anybody claiming to be original, aboriginal, you're not original. I am original. I come from the bloodline of my ancient forefathers who started this whole thing. Before there was an earth. Read Genesis. But don't read it with your colonized mindset. Read it as the nobility that you are. This, before you was even manifested in the flesh, before you were even manifested in the flesh, you were here. Asiatic woman. Everybody came after you. So if everybody came after you, everybody's subject to you, including sun. Subject. Because it could not exist without you first manifesting it. That's why you're mother. Mother manifests everything that's here. So whatever good's here, she manifests. Whatever bad here, she also too manifests. Nobody can claim to be you. Nobody can claim sovereign citizenship. Nobody can claim to have any rights, dominion, unless they got it granted from the mother, from the divine. That's me, that's you. Nobody else has that claim. Our sons have that claim through us. And everybody who came after the creation of, is a creation of us. We created everything that came here. Everything that came here after us was created by us, which is why it is subject to us. Absolutely, positively. Bullshit. They have no existence outside of us. If we ordain it, if we manifest it, if we think it, it will be. If we don't, it will not be. Bullshit. And that's even if mother herself is sitting here acting in that capacity as a nom de guerre. That's even our Asiatic women that don't want to, that sit here want to play and think we play in. I'm not playing with no one. Everyone is going to do what they are required to do, commanded to do by this government. Everyone, including me. I ain't outside of that. I'm within it as well. So the point I'm trying to make is that we're going to have Sharifian officer appointments, as it's going to be kind of just like the consul commission appointment, but this is for enforcement, security, and to follow it's the force, baby. It's the force. It's really the force. We are giving you, all you immigrants, aliens, squatters, hypothecators, colonists, whatever you want to call it yourselves these days, you are being put on notification now. This is phase 1 we're in. There is a such thing as turning up the pot, because right now the pot's on warm. Everybody's sitting there thinking they in the sauna chilling. You're in the sauna chilling right now because we've given you directives. We've given you commands. This is the precursor to actual boots on the ground. The Sharifian officers can only be Moorish American nationals in their proper person. So sons and daughters, get your status correction done. You got to be at least at grid 2 to get an appointment of a Sharifian officer. So get your grids done. You don't have to wait for a conversation with me. I don't need to transfer energy through conversations with you, because the grid is the energy you need to be going in and harnessing. The enforcement is here. When I go back to my domicile, I will have Sharifian officers appointed by the Moorish National Republic federal government and the Moorish American Consulate. No less than 50 moles. sons and daughters, no less. Albions, we're not playing with you. We're absolutely not playing with you. We're doing our due diligence. We're coming in peace, but we're going to secure, defend, and protect our people at Morocco. Get yourself in alignment through the supreme laws of the land, and then you can smite everything that is outside of that. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Albions, you are an organized, or lack of there, you used to be an organized gangs, now you're all like roaches running. You're all roaches running. Only one place you need to be running to. Actually two. If you're not running to the Moorish American Consulate for citizenship paperwork, you need to be chartering a boat and getting off our land. You have those two only options. There's no other options that you have. You cannot continue to falsely identify as a government when you're a corporation without status and standing here at Morocco. You were supposed to be doing things that you did not do. You were supposed to be caretakers for the land. You were never given the authority to create anything outside of what we told you to do. Nothing. You're supposed to be just like these gentlemen here, mowing the lawn, washing the streets, fixing the buildings, repairing the buildings, keeping your subjects of you, your people, your families in check. Only your families. There should be no human trafficker claiming to be a law enforcement agent, claiming to be anything with a police. The only people you have the authority to police are your own. Read your supreme laws of the land. Read specifically the Articles of Confederation that they no longer own. Because just like the Vatican and just like the Pope, they have no authority here. And they know this. This is why they relinquished it with the General Orders letter. Just why they gave you those directives. Now we're giving you our commands. They gave you those directives. Now we are giving you our command. Their directives to you was that, we are relinquishing control and authority of the American states, and all of the property, including the individuals, have been revenued to the American people. You're not American, never were an American person. I said persons. So Asiatics, the world is yours. All you have to do is claim it through getting that grid done. And when an Asiatic Sharifian officer with the titles of nobility comes to the house that you're squatting in, immigrants, aliens, foreigners, it is in your best interest to vacate. But guess what? Guess when they're coming? They're not coming on the front. They're coming after all the due processes has been done. This is where you come in, Moors. And this is where the repossession process of the grid has to get done, but cannot get done until you complete grid 1 and 2. You at least have to do grid 1 and 2. And there is no such thing as ownership of anything, including self, if you're claiming to be a U.S. citizen. 18 U.S.C. 911, 18 U.S.C. 911 is telling you you can't be that. Also, is it 15 U.S.C. 3002, which tells you that the United States is a corporation. It tells you that it's a corporation, not a country. So you can sit here and keep playing Felicia and yourself all day long. We're going to put you in a sandbox. We're going to put you in the sandbox until we get this work done. And all of you old Moors, that's you elders, get out the way. If you're not going to help, get out the way. We're going to politely sit you in the back and carry out the law. Just don't be a thorn in our side while doing that. Just sit in the back, fan yourself, drink some lemonade, and relax. We're going to get this done. It's already done. It's already done. Ain't nothing to get done. It's already done.